Back again, guys. She's on the hoist. The SS, the ratty old pig. Let's have a look, eh? Okay, so brakes aren't grabbing, so that's always a bonus. A lot of these bushes and that are fairly average. There's no massive oil leaks that I can see, it's not too bad. The exhaust is terrible, standard exhaust. We're going to go out and have a look in a minute and see if that ute's got some extractors on it. The steering rack actually looks like it's not leaking, which is always a bonus. There's still a bell housing under here, which surprises me. So throw out and all that's still in there, so hopefully the clutch is alright. Cable's there, but there's no pedal up in the car, so we're going to have to open that boot up in this video and see what's in the boot. Yeah, there's some rust in the floor, which sucks. LSD, which is good. Fuel tank's missing. It's got the old fuel pump and regulator, but I've got a new one that's turned up yesterday, so that's good. I've got to pick that up. We'll put the tank back in. The tank was in the boot, remember, we can see through from the back. So let's just quickly go out and have a look at this ute and see if it's got extractors. I think, I'll have to do a little bit of a quick search, but I think manual extractors are different to auto extractors. I've just had a look through before. I think I've only got LS extractors and stuff hanging around, but to start with, to get this going, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. We can run the standard exhaust. And this one's got standard headers as well. Okay, that's out of the question. I'm fairly sure that oh, actually, I think I've got a set. I don't know if VT ones are the same though, because there's a SS I pulled apart back in the day at home, a 5 litre one, and it had extractors and stuff. So yeah, I'll do some research anyway. But for now, it won't matter. These headers will do. Righto, so what do I have to do first? Well, the struts have definitely got to come out because I can't do anything to drive it until they're sorted out. I just don't know if the parts are going to turn up in time. Worst case scenario is I'll put another set of struts in it out of another car. I actually think at home there's a set of FE2s on springs. So I need to go home, have a look for those extractors, do some searches, get those other sets of springs, get the other fuel pump, and we might start by degreasing the bejesus out of this. What do you reckon? I reckon we'll do that. We'll do what we normally do up on the hoist here and just clean this heaps, and then I can clear the floor out and we can start again. So I might move my bike and that stuff, and we will pressure wash and clean underneath this thing. At least then we can see what we've got. Yeah, and first things first, we're going to pull the column out of that blue one over there, because the keys I bought back didn't fit. So we're going to pull the column out of that, so we've got a key, put a new column in, and then we can get the thing to turn over, because it's still got a starter motor in it. Yep, starter motor's right there. And yeah, so it should start. It's had a reconditioned rack in it, which is good. That's probably why it's not leaking. It's a bit bashed the floor and that, but realistically this would be a bloody good car for someone that can't afford 40 grand for an SS. They'll end up with a pretty sweet thing. It'll clean up pretty good. We've got that interior. We've got most of the strips and stuff there already. Yeah, it's going to be good. It'll have a really clean interior, decent set of wheels. We might even, I've got these other wheels here too. I know you just get sick of my wheel adventures, but these well, these will fit. They're period correct, but they're only 15. But I've got these 17s, these ROH 17s. Wanted to put on something for ages. They're an awesome looking wheel. Them there. These wheels here. I like them a lot. Yeah, one of them's got a bullet hole in them though, so I've got to just weld up a bullet hole in one of them, and it'll be sweet. Yeah, righto. The big pig. Mad. Righto, so that's all degreased. Shove that in there. So that's all degreased all through there. I haven't seen anything else bad yet, but yeah, we'll do a list of parts though today, so we'll get all this stuff together so we can go in top, degrease the top, wash this now, degrease under the bonnet as well, we'll lift her up in the air, get underneath done, and then that'll give us a good starting point where it's not quite so filthy, and get rid of any spiders. There's a few. Okay, so that's pressure wash, it's drying now. It's far from clean, but at least it's not absolutely putrid. I can't see anything bad, like, yeah, so far, which is good, I suppose. Yeah, everything seems to be there. Like, yeah, engine mounts seem serviceable. The old starter motor's in there, I can't see why that's not going to work. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, there's nothing, you know, I've missed a bit of gunk and crap there, but yeah, we'll drop it down and have a look from the top. But she should be good. It's I know I say that every time and then it's a complete shit show, but anyway, I'm excited. I do love my dirty old dogs. Righto, let's let her down. Okay. Yeah, it's clean now. Leaves are out, cobwebs are out. We're doing alright, I think, guys. Everything still seems to be fairly plugged in, so whoever pulled it apart, I got to it before they got too carried away. I've got some other engine covers and stuff there that aren't painted. The bonnet under the paint's actually not too bad. She's going to be sweet. Righto, well I'm going to now do a list and check it twice because I'm like Santa Claus, or my gut is anyway, big fat thing. Go collect some parts. Brake master, alternator. What else do we have? So brake master, alternator, radiator. I don't really want to pull that out, I hate pulling radiators out. Steering column. I might start with the steering column and alternator. So steering column and alternator, that way we can drop the steering column in and the ignition should work. I'll put the alternator on, just the belts are all there and there's no exposed positive wires. So yeah, righto. Steering column, alternator. Let's go. I can't remember on these. I know VTs are easy, like they have a, like, you undo just underneath the dash here. Right, so when you lose the keys on a VT Commodore, VX or any of them, you just undo here, take them off, and it just slips out and slips back in, so you can just replace the ignition easily, because you can't get the ignition out to change it without turning the ignition. So if you don't have a key, you can't change the ignition. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know if these, I'm pretty sure, oh hang on, I'll go look for a column that's already out. I'll see if I can find one that's already out, because I'm pretty sure that they actually go down through and you got to unbolt them from the firewall and they actually bolt onto the what's the name, the bloody steering rack instead of being easy. It's one of those days where I just prefer easy stuff, you know, those days. Righto, I'm going to have a look first to see if I've got a column out somewhere and we'll go from there. Righto, so I went out there and looked at that other car and I'm going to move that car to get, and I just couldn't be bothered. We all have those days, guys, you know what it's like, but I do want this thing to make some noise. So what I'm doing is I've just pulled that cover off, which is there obviously. So if I unplug that off the back, I should just be able to turn the ignition with a screwdriver without wrecking anything. And then yeah, because the one that was actually out there, I did go and have a look, but someone's already pulled all the back of that apart, so I might not be able to use the one out of that car anyway. I'd have to go through it, and nothing ever goes to plan, but there always is a plan. Righto, so get the back of this off, and we'll see if we can get it to light up and see if it'll turn over at least. Righto, so we're rolling old school, so I've dropped the back of the ignition off, which is there, and then you just get in there, because what normally happens is you turn the key, which is locked obviously, and then that key turns, and then it turns that if I had a smaller screwdriver. Hang on a sec, get a smaller screwdriver. Oh, Jesus, getting old. Getting too old to be crawling around in these cars. Righto, so I wanted it to be a pretty good fit, so I ended up with like one of these fucking stupid screwdrivers. You know, you get that toolkit and it counts these as a, like you get 160 kit, but there's like 10 of the fucking pieces as that. They do come in handy once in a while. Okay, so what normally happens is you turn your ignition and there's a little rod that sticks out the back, and then when you click it, accessories, ignition on, start. Okay, so in theory we should be able to put some power to this and turn the motor over. So I will find a battery and put it in, and I'll be back. Battery's in, and it's made some noises, which is always, shit, that scared the shit out of me. I thought this, righto, we will just check the oil because I haven't done that. This thing sat for a bit, so yeah, it's got heaps and it looks good. Near enough. None of those belts are going to catch or anything if I hit the ignition. Righto, I might sit you guys here. You keep an eye on the engine, and I'll yeah, hit this ignition, see what it's going to do. Obviously it's not going to start, there's no fuel, there's nothing, so but just turning over would be nice. We all knew it couldn't be that easy. I'm getting some clicking and carrying on. I'm going to get the jump pack and put it onto this battery and yeah, see if a bit more power will do it. Short of that, I'll have to start looking at some wiring, which the alternator isn't on there, but that shouldn't really matter. Righto, give me a second. Okay, jump pack's on, gives it a bit more power. I did notice that the power lead is really, really average. But anyway, we'll hit it and see what it's going to do. Righto, well that's a bust. Okay. It was wishful thinking to think that I could just get in, hit the key and away she'd run. I don't know whether they've disconnected starter motor wires or what, so we will investigate that next. They could have disconnected, when they pulled the box out, they may have disconnected the starter motor. Might put this alternator on. Yeah. Okay. Bugger. I would have liked to at least turn that over. I might actually see if it's seized. I don't think it's seized because it's not actually getting power to the starter. I can't hear the starter clicking, so, but I will. Next thing, test to see if it's seized, which I don't think it is, and then have a look at the starter motor wires and stuff like that. I might even get power to it and just try and jump the starter with a screwdriver. That could be our next mission. Some days, it's good to be me. Look at that, just took that fuse box off. No starter solenoid, relay, sorry. So let's go shopping. That's what's good about having your own shopping centre out your door. See? People say to me, why do you have so many shit boxes? Why do you need so many cars? Because I need a starter relay. See? It's worth having 100 cars, or 200 cars, so that I had a starter relay. Righto, so relay's in, battery's still connected. Let's sit you guys here where you like sitting, I hope. Righto. Now in theory, we should have an engine turned over. Let's go. What the fuck? Wow, that's got no fuel pumps, no fuel tank, nothing, and that went to start. How good is that? If I had have told you guys that I hit the key and she went to start and I didn't film it, you never would have believed that. How's that? I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. Righto. I will actually go out in the sun now and buy those parts, go and get all those parts. That's awesome. Wow. Righto. Okay, alternator is on. I want to get this boot open. VNs have a button in the glove box. Has it got a glove box? Yeah. Let's see now. Because I got it set up on the hoist this way, I can actually open the door on the driver's door. It's awesome. Alright, let's see if it's gonna open. Oh shit, there's some crap in there. Yeah, that'd be a no. Right. I'll just make sure the power's still on. Yeah. Alright, I'll find another way to get in here. If you think I enjoyed that, you'd be wrong. I had to crawl through the back there. And of course that doesn't sit up. Let me find something. Nothing about this is easy except for it starting. Right, give me a second. Find something to sit in. Righto. The rear spoiler's in the car there because I had to crawl through that hole, and yes, my big fat body did fit through that hole. So what do we got? We've got a fuel tank, which has still got fuel in it because it stinks. Inspection cover. The other side of the SS spoiler, which is good. The boot's bad, but not terrible. Boot mat, and we've got the clamps there to hold the tank in, which is good. So it's another couple of bits and pieces. I think that's my next mission, will be fuel situation. So Nicole's on her way over here now because we've got to go for Christmas over to Toowoomba. So yeah, fuel pumps are coming. I can put them in the tank. Check out that tank now. Get that up out of the way. Yeah. And I don't know whether to pull the clutch off and check it or just put the box in, and if it's rooted, pull it back out. I think I'll just do that, because if I pull it apart, then I've got to machine a flywheel, and then I could end up with shutters in the clutch because it'll be a different spot. So we might just put it in and see if it works or not. But yeah, righto. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with myself, to be honest. Let's get into it. Things were going so well. I just had a look. I thought I'll go get this. I'm checking out the booster. The seal's all good. It looks like all that the booster's fine. I must have taken the master, or someone has. That one's snapped. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to lift her up, see which one that is. So whatever car I get out, I might pull the blue one out and have to pull that brake line out, which is fine. If that's, mate, honestly, this thing started, the alternator's gone on real easy, the boot's open now, I've got most of the stuff there. Like, if the brake line being broken, you know, I don't really want to try and flare the end of it. I think it won't reach anyway, but if that's the worst thing that happened, dudes, we are kicking ass. Like, I'm pretty wrapped with this. The radiator in that ute, the ute's been hitting the front and it's a bit bent back, but I think I'll be able to get it to fit in. It doesn't look like the frame and all that's broken on it, so yeah, it's yeah, I love busted ass rubbish, just love it.